Hi everyone, welcome back. This week is going to be a short week. I think my plan is to give you a quick update on my posting schedule. Then we'll do a WIP parade, and then because it's been a while since I did one, we'll do basically a what's keeping me entertained right now post. So we'll jump right in, and hopefully, like I said, this will be a short one. The first thing is about my shooting schedule, my posting schedule. Obviously, I'm back to every week. I just felt kind of blah in the off weeks, and I miss you guys. So I'm back to posting every week. Mania kind of got me into the groove, and now that I'm in it, I don't want to come out of it. Probably going to do kind of an every other week schedule in terms of like longer videos. So the plan is every other week to have something new, one of my Learn by Doing videos or just one of my a topic. Like last week, I did the learning how to do increase and decrease stitches in knitting. So that's every other week. And then on the off weeks, I will just do a quick update on some of my WIPs and anything else that might be on my mind, but those will be shorter. So it's every other week that you're going to get the content besides just an update on where some of my works in progress are. So I hope that works for everyone. Anyway, so let's get to the WIP update because I know that's why we're here. Where did I put them? Oh, there they are. First one up. As always, my temperature stitch along is up to date, current through June 8th. You can see we are starting to get into some nice warm weather. Memorial Day was right here, the unofficial start of summer, and we haven't really cooled down since. Gotta admit, I was not liking when that first bright orange came in. I was like, oh, that doesn't really look good. But it's growing on me now that I have more of it, and I can kind of see where we're going to be going with the whole thing, where it starts with the cool colors in the middle, and it's going to come out into the warm colors around the edges, and then eventually when the temperatures cool down, we'll be back to the cool colors around the edges. So there's that one. It's about the only thing I have that's currently up to date, and I love it. Next up, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this last week, when I showed off my finish of This Is Fine, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to designate one project as my priority, which means that I have to do 100 stitches on it before I can play with anything else, no matter what's got my attention, just so I can kind of force some of these things to finish. Especially, I've got 5 things that I'm working on in various stages that are gifts. One of them is way overdue. It's from Christmas last year. That is my current priority project. And then the other 4 are things that don't really have a deadline on it. 2 of them I'm kind of hoping are going to be done in time for Christmas this year, but I am not going to call them Christmas gifts because we've seen my history with getting Christmas gifts done on time. So anyway, my current priority project is the last of the Great Christmas Panic of 2019. It's Natsu. I'm making some progress on him now that he is priority. You can see he finally has a face, including, you can't tell, but I actually have filled in all the white in the mouth. Kind of how I work on this, because it's got those huge areas of just blocks of color, and that bores me. So what I do is I try to work a strand of the fill colors that I'm currently working on, and then I'll take a strand of black, and right now black is a fill color because all of this area is black. You can kind of see it developing out. but then black is mostly the outline. So fill color and then outline and then fill color and then outline, to just kind of keep me from getting really bored. And there's really going to be no way around being bored this time around, because right now I'm going to be starting for my fill color the scarf, which is all white, and I hate white on white because, like I said, right now I've done the mouth here, and I've not done the scarf, and you can't really tell a difference between the two. I was tempted to leave it and not do the white, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fill it in. I'm going to make it look right. This is a gift for my friend, and I want it to be perfect, or as perfect as I get. So that's where Natsu is. I finally have the head all done, working on doing the fill in the scarf, and then outlining and defining the edges of the bottom half. And hopefully this will get done sooner rather than later. I only really worked on 2 other projects this week. They kind of had my attention and kept me busy. So the first one is my sunflowers project. And here we go. You're starting to be able to tell that it is actually a sunflower. I really like the lighting in here today because you're able to see the opalescent in the fabric, which isn't always a guarantee. But I love this project on this fabric. The fabric is Night Sky Brandy by Mystic Fabrics. The pattern is Be a Sunflower from Oh My Stitches shop. The links for both of those will be in the show description. And like I said, I haven't gotten very far on it, but you're able to start seeing what it's supposed to be. I love these colors on this fabric. There's some bright reds and some bright whites that I think are just going to look stunning as well when I finally get to them. So there is sunflowers. And last but not least, I've been working on We Do Disney by Rocking Horse Cross Stitch. It's going slow, but you can kind of see where I'm going. This will say you can do it when it's done. Above it, it will say if you can dream it, you can do it. This is, I think, probably pretty obviously going to say Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. The colors are actually all étoile, which again, you can never see on the video, but it does kind of have like a nice little shimmer. Pixie Dust, I'm going to go all out, and I'm going to use silver metallic and make that really sparkle. But I'm excited to see this one get further along. I am really loving, I wasn't sure about my choice to actually kind of invert this. The original pattern for this is black on white, and I ordered this chalkboard color. I think it's called Midnight Charcoal or Midnight Gray or something like that. And then did the B5200 bright white on it and kind of make it look like a chalkboard, and I'm really glad I did that. Especially I think the étoiles are going to like just really pop on that when I get done. And it seems like I didn't get a lot done this week, and the reason is this little ball of yarn. First of all, the yarn alone, taking it from a hank to a ball, took me an entire night. Like, we're talking 4 or 5 hours to do that, because my dog is super helpful and decided that she was going to come in and say hi, and just happened to get her nail caught in the hank on her way out, and the whole thing became a tangled mess. And so, I mean, what can you do? But anyway, this is the yarn I was talking about for my new webinar project, which is a shawl. I'm attempting to do lace. And when I posted about this on my Facebook, where I have several knitter friends, one of them said, lace is tricky. And oh boy, was she right. I think I started and ripped out this project at least 6 times, probably closer to 9 if I'm being honest. I had 6 hours worth of online meetings and webinars this week, and at the end of the last meeting, all I had in front of me was a pile of yarn because I had ripped it out yet again. So that's why it looks like I got nothing done this weekend, because I knitted and ripped it out and knitted and ripped it out, knitted and ripped it out. But I have actually finally managed to make some progress. I've got a bunch of orts here tangled up in it. So this is my webinar shawl. Let me give it a little tug so you can start to see. So you can see the mesh in there. Not very far along on it. Obviously, this is about maybe 36 or 37 rows out of 120 that I have to do, so it's maybe a third done. Not even a third done. But I've finally made progress that I'm not going to rip out, and at this point, anything that I make a mistake on is no longer a mistake, it's a feature. Because I'm not ripping it out anymore. I'm done. I'm super excited about this. I kind of wish I had size 4 circular needles, but there was an ordering snafu, and I didn't get them. And I'm trying not to spend any more money right now. So this is going to get a little bunchy the larger that it gets, because I don't have a circular size 4 needle that I can put it on. But anyway, there's my progress, and now that I'm finally making progress on it, hopefully I will be able to show more and more as time progresses on that. So there you have it. That's my WIPs for this week. Like I said, I didn't seem to get a lot done because I spent so much time learning how to do a lot of that increase and decrease, not making mistakes, or making mistakes and learning how to fix them and whatnot. But I had, I think, a good week, and I did make some good progress on some of my cross stitch, just not quite as much as I would normally make in other weeks. So that's that for WIPs. Like I said, it's been a while since I gave you an update on what I'm reading, watching, listening to, for entertainment purposes. I've been binging The Golden Girls. That's what I've been doing as I stitch. I've got one season left, so I'll probably finish it this weekend. I love it. It's just one of those nostalgia things. It reminds me a lot of my grandma. For some reason, I can remember sitting in her house with her in her recliner on a summer night when I was got to spend weeks with her, watching The Golden Girls. And so it's bringing back a lot of fond memories of her. And my mom to some extent as well, but for some reason this just reminds me of being at Grandma's house. So I've been really enjoying that. I am about halfway through the final season of She-Ra. I have a problem though. I know I have a problem. When I get to something and I know it's the final season, I get about halfway through and then I can't bring myself to watch it, because then once I do, I know it's over. Which is why I'm stuck with like 35 episodes left of Fairy Tail also, because I know that I'm nearing the end. But I'm going to sit down and I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish them both, actually. I'm getting Natsu done, so I'm going to get Fairy Tail finished. And it's not the end, because I can get the 100 Years Quest manga and read that. So anyway, yeah, I started watching that and I kind of stalled. My to-watch list is so huge in both Netflix and Hulu that who knows what I'll end up with next, but I'm nearing the end of The Golden Girls, and after that I'm going to force myself to finish She-Ra and Fairy Tail. I need to finish Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I don't know why. I do know why I stalled on that one, never mind. Personal story. Actually, no, it's not. What has happened is that used to be what I watched at the gym, and since when I injured my knee and couldn't go to the gym anymore, I kind of stalled on it. And for a while, I was trying to save it until I healed, and now that it's been like a year and my knee still hasn't healed, I just never got back around to watching it. So I'm going to put that back in the rotation too. So there are my watches. Listening, I've just kind of been trying to catch up on my podcasts. I did binge a couple of true crime ones, if you like those. The Dating Game Killer by Wondery and the LA Times, which was decently interesting. And then Motive for Murder, which was a Dateline NBC podcast. And that one I thought was actually quite interesting. So I finished those, and now I'm just trying to catch up on the huge backlog that I have of things that I wasn't listening to while I was listening to audiobooks instead. I'm finally caught up on Night Vale, and yeah, that's the one I've mostly been... Oh, I finished the most recent season of Within the Wires also. But I'm going to jump back into audiobooks here in a minute, just because I feel like there's a few things that I need to read. I just ordered the new Jim Crow, because Black Lives Matter, and I need to know what... I need to learn more about what I can do to help. And so I'm going to be starting that book on audio very soon. Probably actually tonight at work. And then there are a couple other things on my reading list also that I want to get taken care of. So that's what I'm reading, that's what I'm watching, that's what I'm listening to, and that's what I've been working on. Like I said, short episode this week. Excuse me. So yeah, next week I'll be back. I think I'm going to do some more dyeing. So we'll be back down in the kitchen, and fun with food chemistry and yarn. And hopefully some more progress to share with you. Anyway, I hope everybody is healthy and safe and happy as we can be in these times. Oh, one other thing I watched. Sorry. Speaking of being healthy and safe, I finally got to go see one of my two best friends, who I hadn't seen in over 2 months at that point, which is weird because we live less than 5 miles apart and we work together. But she's been on day shift and I've been on night shift, and we've both been social distancing. And we're still largely social distancing, but we decided that we could sit at opposite ends of her huge couch and watch a movie and split a bottle of wine. So I watched Knives Out with my friend, and I really enjoyed that movie, and I know I'm way behind that I'm just seeing it now, but it was awesome. So anyway, back to, I hope you are safe, and I hope you are happy, and I hope you are healthy. I love to hear ideas. I love to have people say hi. Even if you want to tell me something I'm doing is stupid, please feel free. Just drop a note in the comments, give me a like, tell your friends, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Anyway, have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.